Hey guys, good to see you. Today I'm testing the Black Noise Noiseblocker eLoop X. Those are the ARGB variants of the typical Noiseblocker eLoops. When I first saw them, I thought, well, those plates look quite plasticky cheap, but when I took a closer look, I have to say those are very nice, fine details. So, well, you cannot say anything against this quality. Especially, it's very robust, so there is nothing bending or anything. That's really nice. One thing you notice is the blades are all connected and they have an outer ring. It's some kind of bionic technology and it's quite unique. Well, another thing you hardly ever see anywhere else, the 120mm variant only has 6 blades. Usually fans have 5, 7, 9 or 11 blades. But this one with 6 is very unique. The 140mm version does have 9 blades. The cables are extremely short, almost not existent, but for that you get 2 expansions, one with 20 centimeters and one with 50 centimeters. You can also combine those, and with 70 centimeters you can even use bigger cases and you won't have any problems connecting those fans. You get the same length with ARGB cables, 20 centimeters and 50 centimeters. And yes, those are ARGB fans, just like those you find on your header on your motherboard. Mind though, there are no splitters or a hub or anything in this package, so you need splitters for yourself if you don't have enough headers on your motherboard. Like I do have 2 headers and have 4 fans, I needed splitters. Then there are also those screws included, and that's all. There is nothing more in those rather small packages. Well, I tested them outside of my computer for the first time and tried what I can do, how loud they are and how they work. They look pretty nice indeed, and controlling them via MSI Mystic Light is pretty easy. Then I put them on my radiator and tested them against the standard fans that came with my Aorus Liquid Cooler 360. Those are labeled PowerLogic PLA 120 25 B12H. The Aorus fans reach 2700 RPM and 55 decibels, which is pretty loud. I mean, it's my whole system, but yeah, that's still pretty loud. And it reaches 43.5 degrees Celsius over ambient, which is not too bad after rendering half an hour of video. The noise blockers reach 1600 RPM and only 48 decibels, which is about half of the noise. This is quite an improvement. While they are slightly weaker, the difference is not that big. They reach 44.2 degrees over ambient. Both of those fans can of course be reduced in noise when not running at 100%, and so I tried to get them both somewhere between 1200 and 1250 RPM. Now my whole system only reached 45 decibels with 46.1 degrees Celsius over ambient, while the Noiseblocker now really does get all the advantages. Well, it reached 44 decibels, so it is quieter, and 45.1 degrees Celsius over ambient, so it's both less noisy and stronger. Then I put them in as case fans and they worked quite nice and they looked quite good. One advantage of them as case fans is you rather see them a bit better in the front, and it's quite informative as well if you put MSI Mystic Light to show you the CPU temperature, which means below 40 degrees Celsius it's green, between 40 and 60 degrees it's blue, and above 60 degrees it's getting red. Mounting those fans is a bit different from other manufacturers. There are long screws and nuts on the other side of it, and two rubbery silicone things you just put inside the holes in your fan. Then you put the screw through, and on the other side you just tighten the nut, and well, that's about it. So you can mount those fans without any tools, which is quite easy and nice. But for example, on the bottom of my case I had a filter, and with this nut standing off it was just impossible to get that thing on again. Both the 120mm version and the 140mm version reach 1500 RPM, which means the 140mm version is pretty loud indeed. But of course you can reduce that. It's just the possibility to get more power, but of course usually you don't use those fans at 100%. Once you reduce the speed to about half of the RPM, the noise is very low. And so it's working again. Once you switch on the computer or the fans, they are turning up above their maximum speed and then they go down again, which is quite strange, but well, it works. Thank you for watching. See you next time.